Good morning from a nice, bright, and sunny Easter morning in Kiev. So before I get into this video, tell you I do get some messages from viewers every once in a while. Some good, some bad, some critiques, some compliments. So the other day somebody messaged me and says, every time I see you in a video, you're always walking around with a black hat and American flag. Don't you ever change it up? You know, at first I was kind of defensive and I thought, hey, you know what? Maybe you're right. Maybe I should change it up a little bit. So for those of you really worried about what I wear, I will change it up for you. In fact, there you go. Happy to oblige. Let's move on. So as I just said, it is Easter morning. Easter in Ukraine is also known as Velykdyn, and a few festivities go around the city today. You have Easter services and celebrations. I'm going to try to pop by a couple of the cathedrals, and I also want to go to the weekly Azovstal rally, which is on Sofia Cathedral Square. But first, I thought I would run down to the grocery store to show you guys something. So one of the popular Easter traditions here is it's called an Easter bread or an Easter cake. It's known as Pascha, and I'm going to go down to the grocery store and show you what one looks like. Okay, so here is the Pascha that I was telling you about. These are the Easter breads, traditional Easter breads. So these Easter bread or cake is usually a soft spice cake made with ginger, honey, cinnamon, things like this. You can see usually it's either like a candy topping, or some of them have like a fruit topping, almost like in the U.S., almost like fruit cakes. There are all different kinds. Some of the specialty bakeries make handmade. As you can see, these are all packaged like production, mass production packages. Here's a couple of different ones over here. And they even have some more here that I think the local bakery here and the grocery store actually made these. You see this one's topped with nuts, this one's topped with some different spices and things like this as well. And here's a really big one here. Even more here. So since today is Easter, a lot of these are on sale. You can see 25% off because now they need to get rid of them. So you got to see some examples of some of the Paschas in there. So the Paschas are, like I said, very commonplace. It's a traditional treat for Easter, and a lot of times when Easter here, just like in the States, ends up being like a big family gathering and family dinner. So a lot of the times what people do is they'll buy the Pascha or they'll make their own, and they'll take them to the church, and during Easter service they'll have them blessed by the local priest, and then they'll take them home and have that served to their family. It's a really staple part of the Easter tradition here. So like I said, I'm gonna go try to I'm wearing shorts today because it's going to be warm, and I want to go to the Azovstal rally, but I also want to maybe try to pop in and see a little bit of one of the Easter sermons or processions in one of the cathedrals. So kind of going to see what's going on today, walk around, and basically see what kind of stuff I can get into. So in Ukraine, there is a traditional Easter greeting and a response. So the traditional greeting is Christos Voskres, which means He is risen, and the response is Voistinu Voskres, which means He is risen indeed, or indeed He has risen. So if you hear me say either one of those things in the video today to someone, you'll know what I'm saying. I don't know if you can hear behind me the cathedral bells at these Pokrovsky Monastery. The bells are ringing. It's 9:43 in the morning, so I'm not sure what time they actually ring, when they stop, when they start. I think St. Michael's Cathedral, downtown Kiev, the Easter service started at 9 in the morning, so I'm not sure why these bells here are ringing at 9:45. More mysteries to solve. Street here, I see people carrying their Easter baskets, heading to and from cathedrals and maybe family dinners and things as well. So I wonder how many actually have the Pascha and they've been to the cathedral to get them blessed. I couldn't go anywhere without stopping to see somebody. I don't know if she hasn't recognized me yet. Happy Easter, Lucky. Hi, pretty girl. You want an Easter treat? Hi, Mama. Hi, baby. You ready for Easter treat? I will take that as a yes. Train her to come up here, which she's been doing pretty good. It just takes a little bit of coaxing. You can see last night I was here feeding her some crumbs. Good girl. Go slow. It's okay. So maybe these are like little mini Pascha for an Easter morning snack with Lucky. So yesterday evening, or yesterday afternoon, Russian President Vladimir Putin announced a Easter ceasefire, which was supposed to last from yesterday, so Saturday, from around 6 p.m. or 18 hour until midnight tonight, Easter evening or Easter night. So he said he was doing it on the basis of humanitarian efforts, which is complete bullshit. Shortly after the ceasefire was announced yesterday evening, we had an air alarm here in Kyiv. There was a Orion reconnaissance drone, which those are actually kind of rare to see, you know, this far out, and so they're kind of big targets too. So I'm not really sure why exactly that piece of ISR equipment was, intelligence, surveillance, or reconnaissance, so the reconnaissance platform. So I'm not sure why that particular platform was sent this far. So certainly hope it wasn't a probe for a post-Easter onslaught, because technically the ceasefire ends at midnight tonight. Normally Russia launches their attacks in the evening, usually around midnight to 2 in the morning, maybe 3 in the morning. So I could see right after midnight tonight Ukraine being bombarded by ballistic missiles and rockets and drones. So I guess we'll see. So pray for us all, especially on Easter Sunday. A little cathedral in a park right next to the metro station. See everybody standing outside, and you can see people with their baskets in their hand with their pascha to go get it blessed by the priest. It's inside St. Sophia Cathedral. So this is it's really old cathedral, dated back to I believe the 1st century, and it's a protected UNESCO heritage site. So you can see all the people out here right now with their Easter baskets and attending service. Some of them sitting outside, maybe waiting for the priest to come out to bless their baskets. Oh, I can see a priest blessing the pascha now. So here's what I was talking about. You see him walking, people standing in line with their pascha, and the priest walking by and doing their blessings. These bells are being rang manually. There's somebody standing up there ringing them. This is kind of epic. There is a guy sitting out in front of St. Michael's Cathedral on Easter Day playing Metallica's Something Else Matters on violin. Inside the gates at St. Michael's Cathedral. You can see where people are lined up out front with their pascha as well. Sustained my first injury of the day. As I was walking down to use a toilet, I walked past one of these little metal things, and the edge caught my shirt. See my, yep, the unwritten dangers of YouTubing in Ukraine. See, the priests are coming back around. When I started, they were up there So I see, people leave the circle and just new people come and reform the circle, and the priests just keep going in a circle, I guess, until everybody's blessed. Of course, a tradition here. You see some hanging from the trees, and now he even has like paper ones. It's supposed to look like Easter eggs. This looks like an X and a B. That's Christos Voskres. That's the traditional greeting I told you about earlier that says Christ has risen. The same greeting over the door here. Christos Voskres. Back near St. Sophia for the weekly Azovstal Defenders Valley, which you've seen me do in some of my other videos. So at the top of the hill, I can already hear the cars and see the people. Standing up outside St. Sophia waiting for it to open for the afternoon prayer services, the afternoon Easter service. Wrap this up because all the festivities are kind of winding down. So, man, what a day. Started off in the grocery store talking about Pascha. Got to go see Lucky, feed her. After that, where else we end up? Went to St. Sophia's Cathedral, St. Michael's Cathedral. All for Easter, back to St. Sophia Square for the Azovstal Defenders Rally. So, got quite a bit in today, more than I actually had planned on. So, all right, that's going to do it. Goodbye from a beautiful day in Kiev. Thanks for watching, and as always, see you soon.